Hey there. So this video is all about what it's like living in Creekshaw. Creekshaw is a neighborhood in Royse City, Texas. It is in Rockwall County. And in these series of videos that I'm going to do, so there's more than this video about Creekshaw. So be sure to look at the channel for all the videos I have about Creekshaw if you are interested in this neighborhood. But with this series of videos, we're going to talk about the different builders here. So we've got Weekley Homes, we've got Highland Homes, Impression Homes, and we're going to talk about what it's like living here. Cost of living, that's going to be in this video. And then I'm going to give you a neighborhood tour. We'll do a little drive around. You can see what the neighborhood looks like. And right now I'm walking on one of the walking paths that kind of goes a little bit around the neighborhood. And that's one of the things, like there's a couple of places here. There's a little pond. I don't know if you can hear the fountain. But there's a little pond here. It's actually a catch and release pond for residents. So if you like fishing, you could come and do this. But also we're going to go take a look at the pool area in a little bit. Let's go take a look and see what Creekshaw is all about. Okay, here's just a quick look over here. We've got the model homes back over there. And then this is kind of a look at the rest of the neighborhood. We'll just do a quick drive through so you can kind of see how the neighborhood feels. So this is Creekshaw Road. It's kind of the main road in between the neighborhood, in the middle of the neighborhood. And this is one of those older parts of the neighborhood, although older is kind of relative. You can see it's been built out, not any more new construction going on, and it gives you a sense of what the neighborhood would look like when it's all finished. One of the things I like about this neighborhood, and we don't see it in all the new construction neighborhoods, but they have trees in the parkway area. And what I mean by that is the area between the sidewalk and the street. And in addition to the trees that are actually on the property. And that's just a really nice touch that as these trees grow up and get bigger, it's going to create this really beautiful tree effect, like a tree canopy effect along the streets. And those types of streetscapes just have so much appeal and draw to them because they look so pretty. And we're driving through, as you can tell, some of the newer homes. We still got the for sale signs up for the lots that are there to be developed. And I want to take you through this part because I want you guys to see how the townhomes look. And that part of the neighborhood where the townhomes are going to be. They're pretty much clustered to one side of the neighborhood, and the rest of the neighborhood has the single family detached. But even being close to the townhomes, it's nice. Especially since the fact that the townhomes are going to be maintained by the HOA, it's nice that all of the yards will always look nice. Now, one thing I want to point out, by the way, there is another pond over here, catch and release for the neighborhood. But what I was about to say is something that I want to point out, and I get this all the time, especially if you are from the Pacific Northwest and you come over here and you look at houses around this time, which is the winter. It's February when I'm recording this. You will go, oh my gosh, everything is dead. We call that dormant. And because yes, unless you have, like over here on the model home, you can see the grass is actually green. That's the winter rye grass that gets put down, and that makes sure that everything stays green. But unless you put winter rye down, your grass is going to go dormant in the winter here. So that's why you'll see that everything looks kind of dead, but it's just, taking a winter's nap, and it will get revived as the days get a little warmer. And we're actually starting that. Like, we had a huge cold snap at the beginning of February. Schools were canceled for 4 days, but now the weather is beautiful outside. It's 73 degrees outside, and you couldn't ask for a better day to be taking videos of neighborhoods. So now here we're at one of the big amenities at Creekshaw, and that is the neighborhood pool. And then we've got a little playground over here. Here, I'll give you a chance to take a look at it. But we've got this playground over here, and then you can also see there's this little space where they've got the Adirondack chairs, and then there's a little fireplace out here too. And this pool, as you can see, it's got the cabanas that you can have and kind of hang out under and get some shade. It's a very good sized pool. I have seen in some of the neighborhoods that are much larger than this, the pool is about a third of the size of this. So I really like seeing that you're not going to get too overcrowded in your pool, because in the summer, everybody loves to come, especially the kids, they love to come to the pool, and it can get crowded really easily. So let's talk a little bit about like what it costs to live here, some important things that you would want to know. And so, of course, you're going to have an HOA. When you have amenities like this, you have to have an HOA. And so for here, because you have two different types of houses, you have the townhomes. They're actually going to have their own special HOA that's going to be in addition to the bigger Creekshaw HOA. So when you pay in, if you're in one of the townhomes, when you pay into that HOA, it's going to also cover you to be able to use all the amenities that you see here. So if you were in a single family detached, so you're not attached and you've got your home and then your front and your backyard and you're managing the grass and all of that, your annual dues, let's see, it's going to be $600 a year, and that breaks down to, I think, is it $50? Yeah, $50 a month. And then for your townhome, it's going to be $1,050 a year, so that breaks out to $87.50 a month. But remember, for your townhome, that HOA is also covering your exterior building insurance. So some of that cost is covered in that, and then also your front yard maintenance. So it's something you don't have to worry about. And you'll see me looking down because I have my cheat sheet right here. And so as far as commuting from Creekshaw and what you're living around, Creekshaw is going to be about 20 miles from L3 Harris. So if you're working in Greenville and you are looking for a place where you can commute, Creekshaw is going to be a really good option for you. And again, it's just about 20 miles. You're about 10 miles from Rockwall. So While in Creekshaw, you really don't have a lot that's around here to go and do, like on the weekends and things like that. In downtown Royse City, there along that main street, you do have some really nice restaurant options. And like there's a Main Street Emporium, so you can go get ice cream and coffee. And there's everything from Mexican food to Italian. There's a pizza place, an Italian place. And then of course you've got to go to Smoke Sessions Barbecue and get some delicious barbecue. So you do have those options here in Royse City, but if you're wanting to like go to the movie theater or wanting to go to Shenanigans, which is a place where they've got bowling and arcades and all sorts of escape rooms and things like that, well then you're gonna go into Rockwall for that. And that's gonna be about a 10-mile drive from here. So with traffic, give or take, it could be about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, I just mentioned traffic, and that is actually a very important thing to talk about. So right now, Royse City is separated by Interstate 30, and I say right now, it's always going to be that way, but it's separated by Interstate 30. So it's the main way to come and go. So if you're commuting, if you've got a job in Dallas or Greenville or anywhere in between, you're going to be driving on Interstate 30. Right now, it is a mess. There is no sugarcoating it. It's a mess. They are doing a huge job of expanding the highway. And so it is going to, I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be like 4 lanes in each direction. And then on top of this expansion that's happening right here in Royse City, down in Rockwall, you've got another expansion that's happening on the bridge that takes you from kind of Garland, Dallas over the lake into Rockwall. That expansion is a mess. So if you can have a little bit of patience, when all this construction is done in give or take 2 or 3 years, it is going to be amazing. The commute will be so much better. But right now, for the short term, your commute is going to be pretty bad. You've got 2 lanes going each direction. There are always accidents. It gets clogged up on a Saturday afternoon for no rhyme or reason. So it does take a little bit to drive back and forth if you're driving on the interstate. So just keep that in mind. But if you can stick to it and have a little bit of patience, all of the construction will be done in a few years, and it will be amazing driving on the interstate. And you'll be able to move back and forth between the different towns. So if you want to go into Fate to go to Fresh or any of the places in Fate, because they have a cute little downtown area, or you want to drive into Rockwall, that 10-mile drive will be closer to that 10-minute drive instead of maybe the 15 or 20 if there's traffic. So something to keep in mind. Now, going the opposite direction, if you're heading more east, going to Greenville, the traffic is not so bad. It can still get a little clogged, but Interstate 30, as you're coming east and you're going to Rockwall, through Fate, through Royse City, it does get a little clogged up there. But once you pass Royse City, typically the traffic does lighten up a little bit. So if your commute is to Greenville, that is the better way to go as far as right now with all the construction going on. So traffic, it's no fun. It's something we got to deal with, but hopefully it's just a short-term problem. Now, if you ever have to go to the airport, you know, Dallas has 2 big airports. We've got the DFW Airport and Love Field Airport. DFW Airport is going to be a little bit of a hike from here. It's 53 miles from this area, from this community. So 53 miles without traffic, it's going to take you at least an hour to get to DFW Airport. Now, Love Field Airport is a little closer at 41 miles away, but you're kind of going through a little bit of downtown Dallas with that, so you're still probably looking about an hour commute to get to the airport if you ever need to do that. So my suggestion, if you're flying, don't fly where you have to get to the airport around rush hour. Fly in between those times. It'll make it easier. One of the things I mentioned in one of the other videos I made about the builders, and I forgot to mention in all the videos, but this neighborhood is actually in the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture zone to allow for USDA loans. And these are special loans that don't require anything down. So it's a really cool opportunity to get into a neighborhood. You get new construction at a really great price point with 0% down. So if getting a new house or getting a house in general has been something that's been a little difficult just because saving for the down payment is tough, this could be a very good option for you. And there's lots of good price points. And you know, Impression Homes, we're still not sure where their next phase of pricing is going to be. Probably somewhere around the mid to upper 2s, which to get a new construction home, even though it's a townhome, but to get something with a 2 in front of it right now, That's pretty impressive. Those days, we haven't seen those, those were long gone to get new construction with a 2 in front of it. So I really like that we have those options now, because for the longest time, we just really haven't. So really great opportunity with different programs available to get into a really nice neighborhood with great features. Now, we've talked a little bit about the different things around here, like, Rockwall being 10 miles away. If you wanted to go there for a night out, going to the movies or the harbor, something like that. But if you're a golfer, the golf club, the Stone Creek Golf Club, is only 1.2 miles away, which is something nice to have. And here in Creekshaw, you are just 2.1 miles away from downtown Royse City, which again has all the different kinds of restaurants you could possibly imagine. And also here in Royse City, we do have a Walmart and we have a Lowe's, and of course, tons of restaurants. So we've got Chipotle, and coming soon is a Chick-fil-A. Also coming soon is a Chili's, and kind of imagine all the quick service restaurants in between. There's tons of options here, which is nice. So you'll never go hungry. And again, this neighborhood has a great location if being close to the schools that your children will attend is important to you. So the elementary school is just 0.7 miles away. The middle school is just a little over 3 miles away. And the high school is just 1.4 miles away. So super convenient getting your kids to and from school. And especially if they're doing all the extracurricular stuff and you're having to make multiple trips to the school in a day, so nice that the schools are this close. And then kind of a fun added bonus is this neighborhood is super close to a Buc-ee's. Now, I don't know if you're watching this video from out of town, it is quite possible you have no idea what a Buc-ee's is. Kind of a big deal in Texas. I'll start by saying it's a gas station, and I might have just lost you when I said that. But it is not your normal gas station. It's like over the top. There's a gift store that is insane in there. In fact, the gift store is so insane, like a company started selling all the Buc-ee's merchandise, and they've like created their own business selling Buc-ee's merchandise. And it's not Buc-ee's that sells it online. It's this separate company that buys all the Buc-ee's merchandise and sells it online, because there's like just this huge following of Buc-ee's. They have great barbecue. They have like all the candy and everything. It's so overwhelming. It's just kind of nuts fun. And so yeah, it's a silly little place. It's close. Gas is very well priced, which I am a fan of. So anyway, that's kind of a fun perk that you're not too far from a Buc-ee's. And I probably spend too much time talking about Buc-ee's, but anyway, it's kind of cool. So that is a quick overview of Creekshaw. Now, there's a bunch of videos on this channel about Creekshaw. I highly recommend you check them all out. Or if you want to have a conversation to see if Creekshaw is a good place for you or your family, or maybe it's another place around Royse City or Rockwall County, let's talk. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Jennifer Templeton. I'm a realtor and broker associate with Keller Williams Rockwall. And if you're considering a move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, specifically Rockwall County, my team and I would love to be your guide. Feel free to reach out to me by scanning the QR code here, or see my contact information in the description with this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.